Welcome into the Lone Star Conference Media Days and our preview of the DBU men's basketball team, along with Patriots head coach Blake Flickner and senior Jalen White. I'm Reagan Ratcliffe. This basketball team for the Patriots last year, 17-12. They went to the South Central Regional Tournament 6 consecutive years. And Coach, you're one of only 7 teams in the entire nation to accomplish that feat, 6 consecutive trips to the big dance. Where do you sense this program is now as you turn the page and look to this 22-23 season?
Well, that's an incredible streak that we want to keep going. It's very few teams have been able to do that, but we know how special that is, especially in our region. It's incredibly tough, so we don't want to take that for granted. We're thankful to be in that select company of being able to have a streak of being in the NCAA tournament, but we also want to build on that. 2 years in a row, the team that has knocked us out has made it to the Final Four or better, and we'd love to see, can we get out of that second round? Can we get a little deeper? And maybe make a regional final or win the regional and get to the Elite Eight. How far can we go? And we think we've got the talent and pieces there, so can we build on that success? But again, the Lone Star is so tough. You don't want to take anything for granted. Every time you can get there, that's something worth celebrating.
You bring back a wealth of talent, so it's not a rebuilding project. 10 returning Lettermen from last year, one in particular, the guy sitting right next to you, and Jalen White. How much do you lean upon the veteran leadership? Guys like Jalen, Carson Hughes, William Heatherman, you got a pretty strong class of seniors there to lean on.
Yeah, those guys have a ton of experience, and those 4-year guys, and then you also throw into the mix Ricky and Cam and Austin are 3-year guys with a lot of experience and have played in a ton of big games. So we've got some maturity, we've got some experience, and those guys will lead us, and they can help us provide perspective when you go through the ups and downs of a season because they've been through it all. And so we're really thankful for the experience they have, and I think that'll be something that'll be strength for us.
Jalen, all you know is going to the NCAA tournament since you arrived on campus. And what excites you most about the potential of this team? You only lose really Julian Miranda, but you bring back a lot of talent, and I know that you got to be really excited about the promise of what this team has.
Yeah, I think the most exciting part is the chemistry that we've already built because we went to Spain last week, so we've had to practice early. So I think that the chemistry we built already now, I think hopefully it'll transfer into the season, transfer onto on-court play, being able to make it last throughout the whole entire season so we can make it work.
Now you step into maybe not an unfamiliar role because you've been an upperclassman, but as a senior, is it any different? And guys like for you and Carson and William stepping into that veteran leadership role, how do you want to lead this year in your final season?
Yeah, so we kind of have different leadership styles, but I think that we all gel together very well. So I think we should be able to lead this team throughout the season and kind of help each other out because we know where guys should go, what they should do, and we know our roles. So I think that our different leadership types come together so we can lead them very well.
This Patriot team brings back a guy like Ricky Lujan, who was Lone Star Conference Freshman of the Year 2 seasons ago. Tajay Dunlap is, I think, going to be an exciting player that Patriot fans are going to learn to love pretty quickly. He was a 3-time All-Conference performer transferring in. Let's talk about the backcourt first, particularly maybe those two as well as anywhere else you want to go, but particularly in that backcourt, how difficult can that duo make it on opponents?
Yeah, I think they're going to be a handful. I mean, those two guys have shown themselves to be very versatile. They can dribble, pass, shoot, they can defend, they can rebound, and really tough lead guards that can handle the ball and get things going for our offense. But there's a ton of depth. I mean, we talk about Jalen and Carson and the experience they've had. Some of the young guys last year gained some experience and have really made big improvement over the summertime, so we're excited to see the steps that they've made moving forward and looking forward to putting it all together on the court.
And you mentioned Cameron Kahn, third-year player, all-conference, first-team all-conference last season. Austin Garner was the 6th man in the league. So you've got some guys coming back with a lot of accolades. What kind of jump do you want to see those guys take, particularly guys like Cameron Kahn, Austin Garner, who've got a chance to be 2 dynamic players?
Yeah. Well, all those individual awards tend to follow team success. And so, we're trying to do what we can collectively as a group and let those individual things come. But Austin and Cam in particular, I think, have a higher level of confidence and maturity. Maybe their second year they were trying to prove that they, could be successful and could be impactful in games. And now I think they just step onto the court exuding that confidence, knowing that they can make a big impact on the games. And so that's really exciting to see. That confidence, I think, bleeds over. And so those guys have grown each year, and it's fun to see guys get better over time from where they were as freshmen to sophomores to now juniors.
10 returning Lettermen, but also some of these newcomers. We mentioned Tajay Dunlap, and then a guy like Micaiah Abe, who's a transfer from a Division I program in Liberty. You've also bring in a strong recruiting class, but a guy like Abe, how big of a force can he be on the floor?
Yeah, those two transfers, Tajay and Micaiah, I think they're going to be fun for DBU fans. They bring some toughness and some high-level skill and athleticism. We loved Micaiah out of high school. We really recruited him out of high school and thought he had a lot of versatility to his game and a lot of different things that he can do that present matchup problems. And then there's a couple of young freshmen that we think are going to be challenging too, that Justin Hare and Trevor Frank that are going to really push, and they want it, and they're competitive guys as well. So those young guys are chomping at the bit to get their opportunities as well.
Well, the guy and Jalen White here that's next to you has been a lot of fun to watch during his career. It just seems like each year just keeps getting better and better. Last year, Jalen averaged 8 points per game. He was the team's leading rebounder. What's been the focus for you, Jalen, throughout the offseason? Is there an area that you've tried to hone in on that you want to see your game kind of elevate and take to another level?
Yeah, I'm really trying to focus on driving under control, driving closeouts, and being able to create for other players. Usually I've just been catch and shoot three, play some defense, but I feel like we're really trying to create for others as well.
And defensively, I know this is something that Coach Flickner is always preaching, selfless play. I think DBU typically, if they're not leading the conference, they're amongst the best in taking charges. How would you describe just the style defensively that this team wants to play and how strong this team can be on the defensive end?
We have so many different players that can guard one-on-one, so I think that'll help our defense a lot. And everybody understands the rotations and where we should be. And I think that there's going to be no matchup problems, especially with our guards that we have now. And we have someone like Cam who will always back there taking charges, helping us out on the back end.
The Patriots face one of the toughest schedules, I would probably dare to say, in college basketball, particularly not only in the Lone Star Conference, but 3 of the first 4 teams that you face went to the NCAA tournament last year. You go out to Florida to begin the season, then you're in Colorado. How do you hope that the non-conference schedule prepares you for what's to come in the Lone Star?
Yeah, and 3 of those first 4 games weren't just NCAA tournament. They were Sweet 16 or better. I mean, these teams made deep runs. Nova was ranked number 1 in the nation for most of the year. So these will be huge tests and super fun opportunity. Great to play against the best, really see where we stand. And those teams expose weaknesses when you play other great teams. So we'll know early on what we need to improve on, where we've got holes. And that'll be great preparation for the Lone Star, because when we get into our conference, it doesn't slack off at all. We'll play top 25 teams that caliber night in and night out. So it's a tough schedule. I don't know if it's the toughest, but I'd be hard-pressed to see if anybody has one that's harder this year. I think it's going to be a real challenge, but we're excited about it. We're looking forward to that challenge and think that's something we're ready for and we want.
Yeah, the action begins November 5th and 6th. DBU goes to Lakeland, Florida. It's the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame Classic. Then they're in Colorado for the Lone Star Conference versus RMAC Challenge. They'll see Colorado Mesa and Colorado Christian. And then it's finally back here November 19th in front of a big raucous crowd, homecoming against Newman. Should be an exciting time. Looking forward to it. Can't get here soon enough. So for Patriot Head Coach Blake Flickner, for Jalen White, I'm Reagan Ratcliffe. This has been the DBU Basketball Preview as a part of the Lone Star Conference Media Day.